Good,
No.
because we're
So
recording.
chunky girl with weird nails. Okay.
So tonight we are going to show Kitty some of the ridiculous things women say on the internet. So,
Starting with why they would never accept a coffee date. I bet
yes.
they're boring. Aren't they? Aren't they, Bunny?
So,
I won't take it to coffee date either.
alright, so the
Bitch,
video
they get buy me some food.
Pretty boy.
the video does come from the Manosphere channel The Wall. I like their videos because he gives a pretty well balanced point of view on it. Like they show they talk about the men's point of view, but also the realistic side of like why certain women may or may not agree with what these women say. So I feel like it's probably one of the more balanced and less hate all women men channels out there.
So not angry MGTOW.
No, not angry MGTOW, more like, yeah, we understand why the guys don't want to date you, type of thing.
Yep.
So that's how I feel, and this is one of his videos that he puts out that says rejects coffee dates, says if you don't spend $200 on a date, you're out. So those are the topics that these women say in these videos. So if you want to hear his commentary, we can listen to it too, or if you don't, we can
No.
just skip his and go just watch the women. So
I mean, if you want to see his commentary, watch his videos. Like,
Yeah.
all right, so
the link will be in the description.
All right, so we'll
Yeah.
do that, and then
Oh.
like when he starts talking, we'll skip, so that we don't
Yeah.
have to worry about it.
Look, you guys can go on coffee dates if you want. I am not trying to knock like another woman's decision.
So, hot take. Coffee dates, ice cream dates, drink dates, etc.
When a guy's suggesting to take you out on a coffee date instead of a dinner date or an activity date for your first date, it probably means one of these three things.
So
Yeah,
that's his
I agree
intro.
with I agree with that anime stance. If these bitches are this way, smash them into a wall.
Well, he's called the wall because the general theory among MGTOW is that once you hit 30, you hit what's called the wall, meaning that you are no longer biologically attractive to 70% of men.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where that comes from.
Oh my god. Well,
And without
I hate
further
the
introduction, let's get started.
Under 24 is
Look, you guys can
able from Leo DiCaprio. You know, Leonardo DiCaprio has like that wall that as soon as you age over 24, he doesn't want anything to do with you anymore.
Yeah,
It's called standards.
That's basic. Thanks a lot, honey. Fucking hell.
Yeah, Leo DiCaprio just has standards. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. But less judgmental.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the same concept, Kitty. Basically, once you hit a certain age, you're no longer attractive or desirable by most men.
I'm cool with Leonardo DiCaprio not wanting me because if you're dating barely over the age of legality, then there's something wrong with you.
I don't know. I don't know where you're getting barely over the age of legality when they're in the 20s.
No, Kitty, you know you
legal
want
is like
Leonardo.
19.
No. He keeps getting older, so I don't know why the hell.
Because Kitty, he's got the money. Why do you think all the young bunnies were around the dude that owned Playboy? He had money. They wanted the money. They didn't care about his wrinkly dick. They wanted the money.
Okay.
Well, it's wrinkled for her pleasure, so.
No need for them Georgian twisteds.
All right, so this is the first video he introduced to us.
can go on coffee dates if you want. I am not trying to knock like another woman's decisions, but knowing what I know about men, like I won't do that because They literally put us in categories right from the very beginning, right? And I cannot fall into the category, oh, she seems cute. Let's see where this goes. Low effort date. She can like prove that she's worth going to dinner with or like spending more time with. If you don't see my inherent value from the beginning, you don't pursue me in the way that you would be pursuing your dream girl, I get the ick. The fact that there's another woman out there that you would pull out all the stops for or put in the effort for, because I guarantee you there is. Guarantee you there's always somebody that they would do it for. And I'm not that person. That means you are not my person. Absolutely not.
Okay,
Okay.
so you're a
So
gold
that means
digger.
that if she's ever sucked a guy's dick over 2 for 1 tequila, then she can't withdraw pussy to anyone because in the past she'd given the cunt up for free. No, that's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, guys can go. Do you know what? I'm sick and tired of wasting my time going out to dinner with people that can't fucking eat.
I love you, man.
Fucking, I have to sit next to someone and they're slobbering fucking pasta sauce over the chin. I don't want to fucking deal with it anymore. So you know what? Coffee. Let's see if they can drink a sip of drink casually without fucking making amends. Then we'll go in dinner.
Especially if it's a first date, you're just seeing if you have any compatibility at all.
Exactly.
Why would I spend $200 to impress you if you're an awful bitch?
Dating over here is not really a thing. Like unless like you're really like upper crust sort of snobbish people.
Look,
You usually you meet them out in the wild and then you end up being in a relationship. There's no real like mass behind it.
look, guys, look, okay? Clearly, someone else paid for the hair and the makeup and the eyebrows. And the chick needs you to spend $200 on an extravagant meal because that is the only goddamn time she's probably going to eat that week because she just likes to sit on her fat ass and, look
No,
at a
no,
fucking wall.
no, Kitty. These women, well, this woman probably in particularly based on how she's dressed. She is probably that highfalutin woman that pursued a career over a family, and now that she supposedly makes big bucks, she now wants a man to compliment her.
Nope. That look right there. That look right there is the please some man with money think I am worth something too, so I can eat this week. That is a lie. That is a fucking sales poster. That shit ain't real.
No,
That shit ain't real.
I've heard the argument from women like this that say like I spend this much money on my hair, I spend this much money on my makeup, I spend this much money on my clothes. So
But I
a
thought they only
man
did that
is
for them.
Look, there is a
but
lovely Asian woman who will make my hair look better than hers for about $30. Go see her.
but the man is now required to pamper her and take her out to super nice places and spend all sorts of money on her because she chose to spend a bunch of money on all her look. That's the argument anyway.
My hair being styled is being styled for me because I wanted it because I wanted to feel better or I had something coming up and I'm just like, yes. That's why I do my hair. I do my hair for me. If she's doing her hair to get a dick and a dinner, little bitch has a lot more problems than you think she do.
I love how Kitty's voice just fades away. Because
I know.
I know she's walking off somewhere into the apartment. And her voice just fades out as she's calling this woman a bitch.
Kitty,
Oh right. I just said dick and dinner.
so Kitty's gonna be screaming a lot today. So Kitty needed to go get a bottle of water.
Ah, okay. So,
Yes.
but they're saying never accept a coffee date because that means that the guy's not really interested in you. So I guess, honey, I should never have accepted your invitation to sit down and watch Firefly.
Yeah.
Because that technically would have been our first date.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a little different, but point taken.
Yeah.
All right.
But we should have paid the $3,000 to come from across the pond and then taken
Yeah.
her
Yeah,
the most high-class hotels.
he should have taken me
And
to the most expensive restaurant in town after flying in and being jet lagged. And not
Okay.
and not having established whether we were dating or not yet. That should have been his first step.
Yep.
Oh well.
All right. Let's see if she has any more to say or if we have to skip the wall.
Okay.
It
Oh,
was
there's
to
one.
into a sponsor because the
So, hot take. Coffee dates, ice cream dates, drink dates, etc. are low effort. Okay. I had this man ask me on a date tonight, and he said, "Oh, let's go for drinks. I would love to take you out." And I told him respectfully, "No, I only do dinner dates." He was like, "Oh, I don't do dinner dates on the first date." Blocked. I'm not about to play with y'all, okay? These men, we need to, as women, we need to stop letting these men get away with low effort dates and literally do anything, okay? Because, first of all, why are you trying to get me impaired on the first date? Or why are you trying to get impaired around me on the first date? I'm
You
uncomfortable.
impair yourself,
Absolutely
you
not.
dumb bitch.
Dinner is great. We
Nobody's
can have
force
drinks
feeding you
at dinner.
drinks.
You know, that's 100% a non negotiable for me. As soon as you're saying that you're not taking me to dinner, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not trying to convince you. Is that you're blocked. Goodbye. The only time I would slightly understand drinks, like a coffee date, salad date, ice cream date, etc., is if he's like a
Salad
millionaire,
date.
billionaire. Okay,
Whoa, wait.
trillionaire. Like,
Wait, so
unless
no on
you're
a
up
coffee, but
there.
yes on.
But the men that are doing this are regular men, anyways. You get what I'm saying? It's regular men who don't want to spend the money on you, right? They want to feel like you have to convince them on that first date why they should take you out to a dinner,
Well,
spend
isn't it
$200.
convincing
Baby, if
each
I take
other?
myself out to $200 dates by myself and I treat myself all the time, why would you think you're going to commit and take me to no rangy ass, like cheap ass type of drink date? No.
Well, it's good to know that
And I get
trillionaires
it.
get
I
the
feel like as
salad
women, a lot of
pass.
us think of short commitment dates such as
Yeah.
drinks,
Apparently, if you have $1 million,
coffee, etc., as
you
a
don't
way
have
for
to
you to
spend the
leave if
200 on a
things aren't
meal. You can
comfortable
buy
or
the
like a
$10
quick exit,
coffee.
right?
But if you don't have $1
However,
million,
that's not how men view
you
things.
have
They're
to
not coming
spend
from
the
a safety standpoint.
$200 on the meal.
They're trying to get trying to get you turned,
Mm.
and also looking at it financially. Like, I'm not going to spend all that money on this girl. Thinking that dinner is that much of an investment is problematic and toxic. I don't deal with it, and I'm not going to argue about it. Blocked. These men are so complacent doing the bare minimum, and if you
Okay.
Okay. First
Uh,
off, honey, you're sitting there in an oversized fucking hoodie that is from, I don't know, probably Old Navy, knowing you, because that's why all your
no.
freaking hair's covering it.
That's a
And
university hoodie. Looks like Alabama,
um,
maybe.
I don't think
okay, yeah,
the hoodie's the issue.
no, but Jester, I'm getting into that bit. Okay, so you sitting here wearing your oversized hoodies, like this guy approached you looking like that. You weren't wearing some hot number. You weren't
Well,
dressed
the thing,
like
I don't think he met her in person because she's saying blocked. So I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
online.
dating app.
Dating
Okay,
apps.
dating up. Cool, got it.
But
Okay.
the main issue is
Um,
the main
uh,
issue is that she's like, oh, if you are a millionaire, a billionaire, or a trillionaire, which I don't think anybody's actually a trillionaire yet, but if you are one of these heirs, then you
uh-huh.
don't have to take me on a $200 dinner. You can take me to the $10 coffee. But if you make less than that, then you have to take me to the $200 dinner. That is
Well,
that is ass
well,
backwards. If they were
no,
truly
there's a
millionaires, she
method to
would be
that.
expecting $1,000 dinner. What
No,
is
but
she
there is a
talking about?
method to that. There is a method. No, there is a method to her shit, which I completely fucking understand. She's gonna let the millionaire take her on the cheap ass coffee date to make her look humbled and appreciative. And
Oh,
they'll sit there and have the conversation because she's playing it for the end game. She's playing
Yeah,
it
so
for everything he has. But that regular guy, she's gonna get as much out of him as fast as she can because there is no point in playing the long game with him. That's
So
the
what
whole
you're saying is it's not about dating at all. It's about fleecing money off of people.
exactly.
Exactly.
It's about getting the bag, as they call it.
Yep. Yep.
For
These
her,
Want that
fucking
bag.
for her, anyways. For this particular chick, the way she's wording things.
Yep. Also,
okay.
honey, get a better weave. You look like Drew Paul's retarded cousin.
But that is like the definition of prostitution, right? Which, sleeping with someone for them
Technically,
one.
legalized prostitution.
Yeah.
Work around
It's
prostitution.
shitty prostitution because you got to work for sex. At least with prostitution, you just pay your money, you get it.
But her acting like this, this poor woman. I hate to break it to you, but your attitude alone makes it to where no millionaire, let alone a billionaire, is going to want anything to do with you in the long term. The most they will do is put a kid in you and give you child support.
Maybe that's what she wants.
No, she wants the whole thing. She wants to have access to the bank accounts. That's what she
The
wants.
Ashley St. Clair method.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Basically.
She
Also, she ain't sitting in no house. Where the fuck are you sitting, girl? Like where? Like what public area are you hiding in?
No, that could be a very bland apartment. My
Mm.
apartment was all white like that. And if you had the camera pointed up, you would never know.
Still, it looks way too fancy for her ass to be afforded. Or her
Yeah.
dad to be afforded.
Let's see if she's got anything else to say after she would block anybody who would dare ask her out on a coffee date just to get to know her.
If you allow them, if you allow a man to do the bare minimum once, baby, he gonna keep doing it. That's what I've learned. That low effort shit is not flying with me at all. But I want to know what y'all think.
No, you
Cocaine's a hell
don't.
of a drug.
I think you're a gold digging skank who's playing the long game for a rich dude to take care of your fucking ass for the rest of your life. Meanwhile, if he's a normal average dude, you just want to get all the money you can out of him as quick as you can. So when he's them poor, because he had to fucking spend it all on you, you can just fuck off into the ether.
True. Alright.
So she's an abuser. Okay, got it.
She's a gold digger.
So maybe all the people that get blocked, she's doing them a favor.
She is.
Oh, she's definitely doing them a favor.
Based on this one video, I wouldn't wish her on my worst enemy. Well, no. I take that back.
Yeah.
Yeah, she could suck
Oh,
him
no.
dry. I couldn't care. Alright, so
No callous, to be honest.
well, considering he murdered my husband and got away with it, I think it's justified.
Oh. I agree.
Alright. I think this is where the next video will start.
When a guy's suggesting
There
to
we go.
take you out on a coffee date instead
3
of a dinner
reasons
date
why
or an activity date for your
he
first date,
chooses a coffee
it
date.
probably means one of these 3 things. Number 1, he is choosing a low effort, low value date because he is probably dating.
You know, can I mention something with all 3 of these women?
What?
Why do all 3 of them look like they're wearing some sort of makeup filter?
Because they are. Because they are.
I wasn't the only one that noticed that, was I?
No.
Okay.
Multiple
No.
I
women.
didn't
And
look
you
at
might
them
be
long
okay with
enough to
that because you might
notice.
be dating multiple men, but it's just something to think about because
She wearing a
he's not
weave
putting
too.
in the effort and money into
Wait,
planning
we'll play that
a
back. Play that back a second. I think
notable,
I
and
misheard
you might be
something.
okay with that because you of the when a guy's suggesting to take you out on a coffee date instead of a dinner date or an activity date for your first date, it probably means one of these 3 things. Number 1, he is choosing a low effort, low value date because he is probably dating multiple women. And you might be okay with that because you might be dating multiple men, but it's just something to think about because he is not putting in the effort and money into planning a notable, worthy first date because he's probably going on the same date with so many women just to figure out who is going to be a good match. And essentially, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's up to you if you're okay with that. Number two, he's probably kind of cheap. Even if it is about point number one, if a guy has money and he's not cheap, a dinner to him is like a cup of coffee to an average Joe. Even if he's dating multiple women, he'll still want to take you out for a nice dinner. Number three is just a meeting.
Wait.
He dating
Wait.
multiple bitches. You're taking multiple dicks.
I feel like she worded that wrong. Because
She contradicted herself.
Yeah, she contradicted herself within the same 2 sentences.
Yeah.
Well, she's telling you what she wants without actually telling you. She wants a rich guy.
Oh.
She doesn't. She's basically saying if he's not willing to spend a certain amount of money on the first date, then he's a broke bitch, and she doesn't want that.
But
That's what she's saying.
But she said they might want to do it because they're doing multiple. They're taking multiple girls out, and then she's like, "Oh, but if he does offer you a dinner date, he's doing that with multiple girls too because he wants to get to know multiple girls." That doesn't make sense.
No. Because he might be dating multiple, but you might be dating multiple men, which is kind of telling on yourself that you're dating multiple men, expecting multiple men to buy you dinner.
Well, what she's saying is that if he's doing that, he's dating multiple women, and he's only going to go on a coffee date. He doesn't have money in her
Okay.
mind, so she doesn't want that.
If you don't have the money to do it, then don't date these women. It's that simple.
Oh, that's. I mean,
Let
I'm
them
agreeing with that.
let
But
them block you. Yeah, don't be
she's
a
she's a
parasite trying to get dates with women that want rich guys.
She's like the last chick, except she's not veiling it quite as well.
she's dumber.
Yeah.
She's
Much
being
dumber.
more gold diggy.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm kind of over this. I think, yeah, let them. If they don't want to date people that are poor, let them.
Oh, I don't care
Leave them.
I don't care if they don't want to date people that are poor. That's their decision. But they need to quit trying to tell all women that they need to act this way. They need to think this way.
Nah, but if women are dumb enough to listen to this bullshit, fuck them. I
Yeah.
don't have to deal with them. I don't fucking care.
Yeah. Also, if you don't want to date the average man, you're going to be 65
No,
and
no,
very lonely, living in a rundown studio hovel.
yeah, that's their choice.
Yeah,
Leave them.
because trust me, these rich dudes, they have a chick well before they get rich.
Most of them do, yeah.
And if for some reason, him and the wife get a divorce or whatever,
Come on, Thor.
he ain't gonna spend his shit on you. Still.
Well, if he does,
At that point,
he's gonna spend the bare minimum to keep her as a prostitute.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
no,
and
see,
yeah, and
but
I know that's not the right way to put it. He will be the sugar daddy. He will give her the bare minimum of what she will accept in order for him to fuck her.
Yeah.
She'll be treated like a prostitute because that's what she'll be. He'll never put a ring on her finger. He'll never give her put her on the deed to anything. He'll never make her anything. She will
and the
always
point,
be the girlfriend.
and I'm sure the point that this guy will make,
Come on,
if we
Thor.
listen to it, which we're not, is that she can play that game in her 20s, but then when she hits that proverbial wall, that the rich guy that she wants to be the sugar daddy is moving on to the next young girl. He's not
Yeah.
Yeah.
dealing with her anymore.
Like
He's
Leonardo
sticking the
DiCaprio.
Leonardo DiCaprio thing.
Yeah.
It's the
Exactly.
Leonardo DiCaprio thing.
When you're rich, you can do that.
Which is what all these women want. They want the rich dude, but they don't realize the rich dude comes with the caveat of they can get and just about any chick they want. They can definitely get any age range of chick they want. Which means if you get too old and too unattractive, they're just going to dump you to the side of the road because they don't need you anymore. You will no longer be the arm candy.
The
He's
end
gonna.
game for this chick is to get pregnant, and so he has to subsequent her lifestyle for at least 18 years,
Yeah.
even if they're not married. Which, I mean, if that's a strategy, I mean, it's a shitty one, but I mean,
Fuck child support. Fuck that shit.
I mean,
But
I agree,
also,
Jester. It is fuck that shit. But you know what? Unfortunately, it's a thing of life.
I'm gonna just say this now. Honey,
It's
that
a good
rich
mental thing.
guy,
It's not a thing of life. It's not.
that rich guy who his fucking wife just left him, he ain't gonna be putting that money on you because odds are he got fucked over and burned by the first wife. And he's like, I am never going to make that mistake on any other whore I meet.
Oh no, there's some retards that get married multiple times. They never learn the fucking lesson.
Yeah, they get married to fucking rich retards. They're not gonna marry her.
No, they'll fuck her because she's pretty.
Yeah.
Even though she's got that doe-eyed dumb look.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, let's finish out her third reason for why
That face
men
right there
choose a
looks like
coffee date.
all right, but right there, that face looks like a first generation real life sex doll that you would probably see on the dark web somewhere.
It looks filtered as fuck.
Agreed
Yep.
before he plans a proper
Just a
date.
fucked up.
Yep.
That's funny what the rich people think when they see it. It's like, yeah, fuck it.
Starting from her
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're back to this one again?
I think we have a female responding to this one.
Okay.
Mm.
Please do. It is great.
All right, let's
you
see.
feeling like a fool with an empty wallet.
So, hot take. Coffee dates, ice cream dates, drink dates, etc. are low effort. Okay? I had this man ask me on a date tonight.
So I watched this video all the way through, right, before I even said anything. And she is gorgeous, by the way. Very beautiful woman. My take on this is very different from hers. I met my husband 15 years ago, and our first date was at Cold Stone, the ice cream shop.
Yeah.
Before I dated my husband, most men that I was dating, I was getting top-notch treatment, the best dinners, the best everything. I'm from Chicago, so you know how beautiful Chicago nightlife is. Like, you go to the best of the best, skylines, everything, right? Getting all of that treatment just to still be treated like shit. The reason my husband chose Cold Stone to take me on, it had nothing to do with him being cheap. It had everything to do with him listening. Because when we was talking over the phone, I told him I love ice cream. Right. So that ice cream date, and after the ice cream, being able to go to the lakefront, because we went to the lakefront in Chicago and sat down and ate ice cream. That was one of the best dates that I had ever had in my life. It was so intimate. It was so peaceful. It was so quiet. And it meant a lot to me because a man actually took the time out of his day to want to get a chance to just sit and talk to me about my likes and dislikes, where I come from, my upbringing, all of that, right? See, in today's world, the social aspect is done. Everything is online now. Everything is fast paced. Everything is gimme, 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 gimme. Money, 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 money. I want, top notch, top notch.
Payment, where's my
That's the
money?
world we're living in right now. 50, 50, 50, 50. All of this crazy shit. And nobody's actually dating each other with the intentions of actually getting a chance to know each other. Our second date was a date in the park with a picnic. He went out and he got all of everything that I could have ever imagined.
That sounds
Cute and
awesome.
everything. Took me on a beautiful, quiet picnic date. Like, and that don't mean I don't like top-notch things. Like, that don't mean I don't like extravagant things, because yes, I requires that. My husband definitely, he spoils me in that way too. But I will say this. Now, I watched her video all the way through, and the only thing I will honestly agree with her about is the drinks date.
I completely agree.
Yeah, you don't drink on your first and second date. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
No. You drink on the first date. You don't do anything else on the first date. You need to see them drunk to know they're not a fucking psychopath. You need to let their true self come out, and you can only really do that with alcohol.
Well, honey, I guess you're fucked because you still
Yeah.
you still haven't gotten to see that part yet. Because nobody
But
has.
I'm
Because
going.
I've never been drunk.
But I'm going to. really
I
said that.
refer back to my previous statement of if you go out on a drink date and you get drunk, that's a problem. That should be an end note right there. Like
Yeah, you
you're
should know you're getting fucked up and say, you know, I'm done with drinking. Now can I just go on water?
yeah
Then if this guy pushes it, you leave.
yeah because he's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
creep. If he's trying to pour drinks down your throat, then yeah, he's a creep and leave.
Mhm.
If you get drunk as a woman, if you get drunk on a drink date, that's on you. It's not on him.
Yeah.
No, it's always on the man. What are you talking about?
No,
What
it's on
about
you
your
for being
agency?
lightweight. Yeah.
What about my
Mm.
what?
Your
This
agency.
No, we don't have any agency once we're drunk, remember?
the women barely have agency when they're sober, to be honest.
Give me a second. I'm making hot chocolate.
Oh, cool. Enjoy.
I do.
What?
I stocked up on the special flavors during Christmas.
Ooh, you did the good girl thing. You did
Uh-huh.
smart thing. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Kitty knows.
Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah. I stack up on the white chocolate mint ones because I throw that like one of those in like a giant thermos of tea. You get pretty good sweet minty tea for the
Oh,
rest of the damn day.
what I did was because they didn't have white chocolate mint, they had chocolate mint and then white chocolate vanilla.
Uh-huh.
And since I like mint and vanilla together, what I did was I bought those and then I combined them into one cup. So
Ooh.
one packet of each. So I have
Ooh.
chocolate minty vanilla.
That is epic. That is actually epic. Mm-hmm. Yep. But I love
Gentlemen,
to get the candy cane flavored one.
how do you drink your hot chocolate?
I don't.
What?
He doesn't drink anything. That's just what I'm coming to the conclusion to tonight.
Why don't you drink hot chocolate?
I don't like hot drinks.
Oh.
But you drink. Okay.
I don't drink tea, do I?
You do. Why do you have a fucking kettle then?
To boil water.
But you're supposed to
I
boil
just,
water for drinks.
I just think I make pasta. Boil water in a kettle.
No, you boil it on the stove.
Yeah, fuck that.
The kettle is actually faster.
Yeah.
If you're doing like ramen or something, then the kettle is actually better than doing it on the stove.
Yeah. I mean, for ramen, okay, but if you're making like penne or Alfredo or angel hair using the damn kettle.
I feel like I'm being ganged up on by everybody.
No, I'm with you. I mean, a kettle to make like rigatoni or penne or Alfredo.
Right,
What?
right. Yeah, you're saying words that make no sense to me.
The noodles,
Okay.
honey. Like
They could be Greek
I
gods for all I know.
what the pasta noodles doing? Okay, babe.
pasta noodle types,
I
honey.
don't need a kettle to make Egyptian gods. Okay, I don't need it. Right. I make pasta. I don't make none of those random things you just said.
He doesn't put the pasta in the kettle.
No,
No, I know
no,
that.
I didn't know he didn't say he did, but still, that's kind of.
I'm
You
still.
know, what? Both of you go over there and be weird. Me and Lady, we're gonna make pasta the normal, sane people way. You guys do whatever the hell you do with your damn kettles, okay?
Yeah, whatever. How you're gonna have to show me how you do this because I am totally confused as to why the fuck you would use a kettle to make pasta.
Yeah, me too. I don't understand this, but you guys go over there and do you. We're
You
gonna be here
boil
and be normal
you
people.
boil the water in the kettle and then you pour the boiling water onto the pasta in a pot and then finish it.
But you're supposed to
Yeah.
let it boil.
You know, a heat transfer.
No, I don't, honey, because you became a
Right? If you
robot.
get cold water and put it in a pan, and try to eat it, good. Then no one has to listen to this explanation and do it. You put cold water into a pan and you heat it up. You sit in there for 7 days. You boil water and you put it in the pan, then you turn the heat up on the pan. The heat transfer from the hot water goes into the metal, then goes back into the water.
Women want to be
So your
fucked by
pasta
a man. We are not
boils or gets cooked a lot quicker.
Okay.
He's not
Watch
wrong.
any chef. That's how, well, I don't know what American chefs are like, but any like TV chefs in the UK, that's what they do.
Okay.
And
I've never heard
I
of it,
will
but okay.
believe you for now, but I've never heard of anybody doing that. But okay.
Yeah, me too. I don't know what these two get together and watch when we're not around, but
No, it's not something I watched. It's something my dad watched. That what's his name, Ramsey. He used to
okay.
do it all the time.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think Jamie Oliver might have done it. I don't really watch TV chefs.
Okay.
Saying this is what I was told. But yeah,
Okay.
you use kettles to boil water. You can use boiled water for a lot of things. You can even use it to defrost your car quickly.
Oh, that's gonna actually make your glass.
You're gonna shatter the glass. Don't do that.
Yes. That's very bad idea, babe. Don't ever do that. And if you have
Yeah.
done that and your glass is intact, you got lucky.
Well, then I've had like 7 lucky cars then because I've done it multiple times.
Yeah,
Oh my
you don't do that.
yeah.
You can shatter the windshield. You can weaken it and
You
make
lot
it.
need better windshields then, don't you?
Well,
No,
we get them
you
from
can.
the same place as you do.
Yeah, I mean, you can shatter the windshield. You have extreme cold meeting extreme heat. Guess what happens when that happens? Shattering.
Yep.
So, what does this blonde bitch have to say?
All right, so this video.
We don't fucking care. She's like, no, don't do
Women,
coffee dates. It's okay, don't do coffee
women
dates.
want to be fucked by a man, unless you are a lesbian. That is an accurate sentence.
So the name of
Yeah.
this video is "Women in Their 40s Who Got Divorced and Instantly Regretted It."
Okay.
Okay.
So these are the 40-year-old women that Kitty was shocked to know about the other day.
Okay, but still, unless you're a lesbian, I agree with that title in front of her.
Or you could be asexual. I mean, there's people that are asexual.
If you are one of the 3% of the world's population who are asexual, you don't want to be fucked by anybody. So let me
Women wanna
know
be
if you're out
fucked
there
by a
and you
man.
see this.
We are not delicate little creatures that you can't be rough with. We want to be dominated
Okay, that depends on each individual person.
and shown who's boss. Women actually want to surrender all control to you. So don't be afraid to take that control and completely ravish her. She wants it and she thinks it's hot. She doesn't just want to feel
That
loved.
depends on the
She wants to
person.
feel like you own her ass. And if you don't own her ass,
That
another man
depends
will.
on the person.
Several women describements.
And overrated. I never at any point felt like I was doing something special or magical.
Okay, so the comment she's responding to says being married to a man is not the flex some women think it is.
If anything, I felt like I joined a cult.
What?
You know, because people would get
Then
really
maybe you
weird
joined a
about me
cult.
going off script in terms of being a wife and just getting married. For example, I didn't take my ex-husband's last name when I got married. And if you didn't know this, if you're a woman and you marry a dude and you don't take his last name, people get real freaking weird about it. They get really worked up about it. People would ask me all the time. They would be like, what would you do if you had kids? And my answer would not bring them comfort, because what I would essentially tell them is I'd be like, if we do have children, they're taking my last name because I birthed them. I'm not going to labor and bring a child into the world just to give it some fucking dude's last name. That is my child.
Makes it
It is not part of my
when you cheat, I
self-concept.
guess.
So you're
Oh,
giving your kid your father's name, you dumb
Yeah.
bitch.
Uh,
Yeah.
It's that's the way it works. Oh, he's taking my name. Well, he's actually taking your father's name. So, you know, don't feel too empowered there, honey.
unless your culture practices the hyphenation of first and of your maiden and married
Fuck
name,
acronym.
then
If you're Hispanic, then yeah.
then But even then, it's still the combination of your maiden name, and they use,
Which is your
from my,
father's name.
which my understanding is they use the father's half of that name, and then your husband's name.
Yeah, just two men's names.
Yeah.
You've hyphenated it. Very, very empowering.
Yeah, so you went from being your that the daughter, his property and his kid and his everything, to now you are this other man. So in order to symbolize the two men who, I guess at this point, own your ass to some degree. Yeah, go ahead. Whatever.
If you're married, just give the kid the last name.
Yeah. Yeah.
To credit somebody else for my work. Sorry. And that one would
Work,
really rile
yeah,
some people up.
fucking.
Really,
It's not
they
like
really did not like that one.
pregnancy is a
And it, to
difficult
me, it
thing.
seemed like the
Fucking
most logical
most
thing,
animals
to be
walk it
honest
off
with you.
after
I
a
don't
day.
understand why we give children their dad's last names. Seems kind of wacky to me. And listen, I don't want any women in my comments justifying
you have
why
your
they took their
dad's
husband's
last
last
name,
names
you
or why their
fucking
kids have their
cow.
husband's last names. I don't care. I don't care. Like, I don't have any hatred towards you. I know people just do what they do, but what I'm just talking about is
Look, unless you're going to research your ancestry all the way back to the very first woman you can find, and then take her last name, then your last name is the result of every male in your lineage.
No, it's the Germanic. There's no first woman's last name.
No.
Maybe like in Africa or something, but if you Germanic, there's no woman. It never leads up to a woman.
Didn't last names start as the like
Yeah,
say
but
like
it was like your
like
father's. It was her father's profession,
Profession.
or
Yeah.
clan, or your clan that he was born into, which was mainly divided by the men. So it would always been.
Unless you want to change your name to something completely made up that you just decided
Yeah.
on, then it's a man's surname. It's just the way it is.
And that's what I yelled at her halfway through her shit. Look, you give the kid your last name, you're still giving it some man's last name.
Yeah.
And that man had just as little to do with the creation and everything of that child than the guy you fucked. But you're
Well,
still
maybe
giving him a
maybe the
man's last name.
husband maybe the husband isn't the father of the child. That's why she doesn't want to give it the last name.
Yeah, that's a good way to keep the guy from getting fucked over.
Yeah, but if he signs
Whatever.
the birth certificate, it doesn't matter.
Dude, don't sign the birth certificate unless it has your last name.
Yeah, that should be just the basic rule.
Yep.
Yeah, because because there have been plenty of times where it has been proven that the dude is not biologically the dad, and the courts have gone, well, you signed the documents claiming that you will claim parental rights over this child, so you still have to pay all this shit.
Oh, and girl, your webcam or your phone sucks because you're very blurry.
I just thought that was face.
Damn it, Chester.
my experience of not doing
And
what
also,
everybody
why
else
are
is
you
doing,
hiding in a pitch
and how
black
people
room?
freak out on you like you're in a cult.
Pussy.
You know what I mean? So
Where are eyebrows?
Does she
it's
have
just
the
odd.
hero
It was
cut?
a really
The
weird time in
shaved
my
Yes,
head on the
life.
side?
she does, from the looks of it.
And I just kind of felt
Ugh.
like
Oh, that's
I was always
alarm
getting
bells.
this subtle pressure
Run away.
from the world around me to give up my personhood once I became a wife.
Yes, fuck off.
Nobody's saying to give up your personhood once you become a wife. Oh my! These are the same fucking women that are complaining about how the the new voting laws, how you have to have your ID match your name, how that's oppressing women and making it to where they can't vote. No, it's if you changed your fucking name, make sure you have all your documents correctly. Make sure your driver's license is up to date. Make sure your social security card is up to date. Make sure all your documents fucking match. And
It's
make
annoying.
sure you maintain record of when you changed it. You
It's
dumbasses.
annoying, but it's bureaucracy. It's not the manosphere. It's the government making you match things up. It's not an evil man,
No.
oppressing you.
And anytime you fill out any like background check or loan documents, you have to list your maiden name. If you've changed your name, you have to list any other names you've gone by. My sister, who has had 3 last names, has to list 3 different names that she has gone by because she went by her maiden name, she went by her first time she got married, and she went by her current marriage, where she
Well,
changed her name.
when I just requested my birth certificate official copy recently, I had to give them my mother's maiden name
Yeah,
that was
same.
going to be on the birth certificate so
Yeah.
they could authenticate it. It's just a bureaucracy thing. It's
I
not oppression.
I
It's
think
oppression, Daryl. Or,
I
sorry.
Daryl.
Ouch. Timestamp that one, Daryl.
It's oppression, JC. Sorry.
Okay, but you know what? The day that divorce became finalized, lady, I hope your freaking man went out and he bought either the most expensive bottle of scotch, champagne, vodka, whatever the hell his drink of choice is. I hope he went out, bought the most expensive goddamn bottle of it that they had, bought several pounds of lobster and steak, and friggin' threw a party to be rid of you. Because
Well,
that was
they're still
possible.
married, from what I understand.
She keeps saying ex-husband.
Did she say ex-husband?
Yeah, she keeps saying
God,
ex-husband.
I don't.
I
Oh,
hope
well.
that motherfucker threw a
And
party.
I really didn't like that. And I couldn't quite articulate it when I was married, but I can see
Oh,
it
okay,
very
yeah.
clearly now.
Yeah.
Stop it. Get some help.
Thank you, Michael Jordan. Thank you. Thank you, my brother.
But yeah, the kids get their last name of the dads.
Mm-hmm.
And it might be a controversial thing, and I'm pretty sure it'll cause issues within my family.
Mm-hmm.
But when me and James get married, um,
Funny.
at some point in time, depending on
Mm-hmm.
if Munchkin wants to, and he and Jester wants to, um,
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna we're gonna do the adoption process, and Munchkin's last name will change.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
As
That's
as long
one.
as both males in this situation decide they want it to happen, we will go through the process to have it happen. And I know it's going to cause issues with somebody, because my family wanted me to go back to my maiden name after everything, and I said no. There was no reason to.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get a divorce. I was widowed.
Yeah. And also, all your stuff is in that last name, so
Yeah,
you would have to go change it all back.
yeah.
No.
I don't feel like changing it all back. And if I, when I get married to Jester, I will change it to his at some
Mm-hmm.
point. I don't know if it'll be right away or what, because having a different last name than the kid always causes issues with schools and everything else. So I don't know when it'll happen, but it'll happen.
Yeah. Probably why I got forced into changing mine when my mom got remarried, but you know.
Well, see, that's why it'll be a decision between the Munchkin and Jester. They will have to talk about it. They will have to talk about the implications, and they will have to decide together if it's something they want to pursue.
Yep.
And if it is, then we will go through the process.
Yeah, don't forcibly change his name because
No,
then he's gonna end up like me, where he's just pissed off and angry, and then when he gets older, he will bend over backwards and pay an obscene amount of money
to change
to
it back.
some government body. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
No,
not a fun process to change it back when you're an adult.
no. It'll all be something. It'll be his decision. I'm not gonna force it on him. But it might be one of those situations where my last name doesn't change until he's out of school, so that I don't have to deal with all that shit.
Yeah.
Because, like, when you're putting down different names on paperwork, people start looking at things more than you really want them looking at things and prying into shit they don't need to be prying into.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Alright,
Yep.
so. Oh, apparently this chick thought she was a lesbian, too.
Oh,
That's why she
that
got a
was
divorce.
well. Look at her fucking haircut. I mean, come on.
No offense. When a
Come on.
woman uses them, do something shows no
household, managing the kids' schedules, excelling at her career, and still picking up her husband's slack. And now she's wondering, what's the point of this partnership if I'm doing it all by myself? Here's what happens. High achieving women hit a breaking point. They're exhausted. They've tried motivating their husbands. Can you please help me with the kids? Or can you take on more at home? But nothing changes. And resentment? Oh, it grows like wildfire. She starts thinking, I'm already the breadwinner. I'm already handling everything. What am I getting out of this marriage? And that realization is like a tidal wave.
That's why before you get into the marriage, you should both fully understand what you expect of each other when children come into the mix.
Mm-hmm. Also, what's his job? Is his job just as stressful as your job? Is his job more stressful than your job? Because honestly, you're not giving us enough information from his side.
I know
You're,
he's a jobless bum, and she does everything, and
oh, okay. All right.
he literally he can't move off the couch. And he's a vegetable. He's brain dead, and she's upset about it. This
He
debilitating
doesn't get fucked anymore.
disease
That's
he's
the
got.
issue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he can't fuck her. He can't look after the kids for her. He's just an absolute potato.
Okay.
And she wanted a divorce because it's too stressful to take care of someone.
Yeah, but meanwhile, I'm sure if she did get the divorce, her first action would be to leave the kids with the father. She
Yeah,
just
probably.
strikes me as that kind of a selfish bitch who would do that.
Well, based on what she said, they're both they're both working, but she's the one that's
Mhm.
earning more. Now, with my first marriage, the rule was if both of us are working, we try to split everything 50-50, but whoever has more time to do one task more than the other should be the one that does the task.
But earning more isn't the same as having more time.
Right. That's why I'm prefacing. And in my relationship, it hit a point where both of us were working, but I was the only one maintaining the house. I was the only one doing laundry. I was the only one cooking dinners. I was the only one doing dishes. I was the only one taking care of the kid. So I get where
Mhm.
she's coming from.
Mhm.
But at the same time, that's when you need to sit down and have a conversation with your spouse and not come to the fucking internet.
Yep.
Yeah, but that would mean not being a cunt. I don't think they know how to do that.
That's probably true.
Crashing into everything she thought she wanted. It's not impossible to save the marriage. It's just incredibly difficult when one partner refuses to grow.
Well, and that too, and like in my situation, we were working opposite shifts too. I will preface with that. He was working night shift, I was working first shift. So
Mm.
so we had a few hours with each other in the evening, but he was usually still asleep. So,
Mm.
but somehow or another everything just kept falling onto me. So it does get
Mm.
stressful. It does get to the point of like, why are we even doing this if you're not going to help? But that's also where you need to sit down and talk to your partner and go, hey, this is
Mhm.
how I'm feeling. We need to figure out what's going on, and we both need to get back on the same page with everything.
Yeah, but in her case, where she's like, I make all the money, I want the money, so much money. Okay, fucking hire some other woman named Lupe to come clean your house for freaking $400 3 days a week. There you go.
And the longer she waits, the more she feels like she's losing herself. So if you're feeling this way, ask yourself, are you sacrificing
No,
yourself to
go
keep the
talk to your
peace?
partner.
Or are
Don't
you
ask
ready to
yourself.
reclaim your life?
Go talk to your
Because
partner.
staying isn't the default answer. Choosing you, that's where the power lies.
No, it's not. That's breaking up your family
No,
because
no,
you
no,
don't
no,
know how to
no,
go
no.
talk. No, this is where he's gonna start
Go,
talking.
go hire
No.
Lupe. Lupe needs a $400 every 3 days out of the week.
Let them
Hire
divorce, and then you have to do everything anyway. So it doesn't fucking matter. They'll never get what they wanted. Let them get divorced. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
If she's earning more money than him, then she won't want any alimony or anything off of him. So don't take his money. Have a proper divorce where you want no connection whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
None of this fucking we're divorced. I want financial ties bullshit. Have a proper divorce, and let him live his life and you live yours, and you do everything yourself, and not have to deal with him, and he doesn't have to deal with your bullshit.
Yeah. Because have a feel like he deals with a lot more bullshit from her than anything else.
Yeah, I know the video volume is low, JC, but I have it turned up in the recording.
Just thought I'd
She's
mention
doing
it.
it for copyright because the guy who was stealing off my clean.
No, I
Sorry,
have it.
Mr. Wall.
I have it turned down low because tends to have a varying volume of things, and I don't want to hurt my eardrums. And I figured you guys
Okay.
can adjust the volume on your side to match how loud you want it.
I can hear it fine.
So
I'm sad I have to go get him hearing aids now. Damn it.
Alright, so it looks like this is the next video.
Okie dokie.
I cannot tell you how many of these comments I've gotten off of this one video.
No, honey. Wait, what does it say? No, honey, you're absolutely right. I'm not going through a divorce. Oh, I'm going through a divorce, and honey, I can't wait to live alone.
Good.
Okay.
Okay, then.
Being married, they'll say I'll never get married again. I can't wait till I get divorced. I'll never live with a man again, so on and so forth. And I think it's just very telling. Like I've lived with a male partner before, and it was hell. You know, they treat you like a literal slave. I remember joking with my cousin recently, and I was like, hey.
If you're with a dude who treats you like a literal slave.
No, but what are they classifying as a little slave? Because
No, I'm taking her words the way she said it. If you're with a dude who treats you like a literal slave, as in a slave who he owns, who he can do whatever he wants to, up to and including kill, then you were in a domestic violence abuse situation. If you were living with a
no,
man,
she likes
no,
being whipped. What are you talking about?
if you were living with a man who has expectations of you in the relationship,
Oh no, that's
that's
not on.
different.
Come here, just. Do you think that she's sleeping in a shack where she is
No,
locked down every night? Do you think she's that kind of actual slave?
She doesn't mean proper slavery where she gets whipped and beaten. They're like that.
I
They like being choked.
know, but still,
But having to put effort in, that's uncalled for and unnecessary. It's a form of abuse.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned from women on the internet.
No,
Honey, quit being the devil's
said,
advocate. Damn it.
She said she's being treated like an actual literal slave. So I am wondering, Miss Fancy Looking Lady, at night, do you get put into a shack with barely anything around you except for the bare ass walls and wrist and ankle shackles that
And
pin
and
you,
how
so
and
you
how did
can't run away from this man ever?
and how did you manage to leave? Because if you're a literal slave, you wouldn't be able to leave. How did you
The
get
Underground
away?
Railway. They got
No, that's been disbanded for a couple hundred years. How were you able to maintain your nails and your hair and your skin texture?
She is shackled in a fancy ass shack.
All right, let's see what she says.
She gets put back. She gets put back in a box because she's like a sex doll.
I can't keep no man. Really, what it means is I don't want to keep a man. And then she admits to me, she's like, you know what? I'm a slave. I'm a slave to my husband. I'm a slave to my son. And I was like, oh.
What the fuck's the son doing?
So the husband and the son both keep your cousin shackled in a shed? Damn.
That makes a lot of sense.
That doesn't make any
Are
sense.
women who
Need to
are
stop fucking
sharing
her
out
son.
horrible experiences with men, being in romantic relationships with men. We're not crazy. We're not imagining this. There's a
Yes, you
reason why we're
are.
all going through this right now, and we're
You're all
waking up.
selfish.
Marriage is sold to us every single day. Hey, look, if you're a woman, you need to get married. You need to tie yourself to a man. Your success depends on it. Your worth as a woman is nothing.
No.
No.
Maybe
Yeah.
in your single motherhood households because they don't know how to keep a man because they don't know how to behave themselves. But no. Your worth is not tied to your man. Your success is not tied to your man. Your emotional health can be tied to being in a healthy relationship with somebody.
My grandma, when I was a teenager, I used to tell her, Grandma, I never get married. I don't want to. I have watched too many toxic marriages. I've seen so many marriages fall apart. I don't want this freaking shit.
Mm-hmm.
Which as a teenager who sees this toxic shit go on morning, noon, and night, that's a pretty normal thing. To which my grandmother told me, okay, kitty, don't get married. Just go find a nice dude to just live in the house with you. So that so if someone breaks in, he can fight them.
So what you need is your own slave that will sacrifice his life for you. Okay.
But then again, I'm 15 years old at this point, so I start cracking up. And I'm like, this is the shit I'm gonna remember forever. Because here is my staunchly Catholic Italian grandma telling me, okay, fine, just make sure you get some dude to live in your house so if someone breaks in, he can fight them.
No. She didn't say some dude. She said a nice man, which means
Yeah.
she wanted you to be with somebody who complimented you and took care of you.
Yeah. But still, I'm just saying, I'm just making stupidity out of it. But I'm just like, okay, thanks, Grandma. Thank you
But
for
no,
that advice to a 15-year-old granddaughter.
but like I didn't grow up in a household where your worth as a woman was tied to a man. Now, my grandparents, on the other hand, they grew up in a time frame where that was very much a part of the way that they thought and that they felt things should go. But at the same time, they didn't push that on us, on the women, on the girls of the family that I can remember. They did try to instill in us a desire to have a healthy family and relationship and find a man to be with. But at the same time, they wanted it to be somebody who was good for us, who believed the same things we did, who would treat us well, who would help us try to thrive.
Nah, fuck for money. That's the way to go.
Well, then, honey, I guess we have to break up.
Yeah, fair enough.
You guys will be fine.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
If you're not tied to a man, right? That's what we are told. And this is very clever marketing and a very clever scheme for men to really enjoy the invisible and often uncompensated labor that women
Wait,
Fuck off.
you mean the same labor that man would perform if you weren't there?
Uncompensated labor. If you're
I'm
living,
sorry.
is he not paying bills? Is he not providing you with a lifestyle that you
Even if
prefer?
he's one of those staunch traditionalists that would never cook or never clean, he's still doing other things as well. He's not literally sat on his ass doing fuck all.
Yeah.
He's not a sultan. I mean,
Exactly. So this
they're
whole so she has to start paying him for all his unpaid labor as well. So
Yeah.
it
oh yeah.
cancels
When I go
cancels
and
each
mow the
other out.
lawn, are you gonna pay me
Do you want me
a
Exactly.
to? I mean,
wage?
wait,
Yes, Kitty,
what?
you have to pay him. You have to pay
I
JC.
thought, man, what the hell do you pay your HOA for? Now I gotta pay you.
Every time he washes the car, you got to pay him. Every time he like checks your oil levels and your tires, you got to pay him.
Every time he gets out and fills up the car with
If
gas, you have to pay
if
him.
he has to clear snow from the driveway, you have to pay him. All this unpaid labor that he's doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's called a partnership for a reason.
Yeah.
exactly.
It's not your fucking father. This is all bullshit.
Provide.
Don't
I
date.
mean,
Just
this
don't
huge
date.
man has
Make
been
it
so
simple. Don't
good
never
that most of
interact with men. Just fuck off.
Yeah, just stay with your daddy till he dies. He'll pay.
Exactly. Just
Yeah.
live with your parents. Just fuck off.
us have forgotten the origins of marriage, right? Marriage originally was a tool for men to own women as property, and it's not a coincidence that a lot of them treat the women that they're
Well,
with like
maybe
property,
back in
whether
the
they
old
be
days that
married,
was true.
whether
Back in the very, very olden days, maybe that was true. But then again,
No,
the
because it
parents
also
offered the
kept the
dowry
women
because the
safe.
husband.
Yeah, but it was also a way to help protect women from men who didn't care.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say maybe back in the day that was true. Maybe women were sold by their fathers to rich men. This way, they would be taken care of. You know.
That's the whole dowry thing that they used to do, where a
Used
man.
to do. You know, many countries still do it.
Well, I know they still do it, but I
Yeah.
mean in the West. But in the old days, the father would sell his daughter to a appropriate man,
Mm-hmm.
and he would actually have to pay the man to take her.
Mm-hmm.
No. The dowry never went to the man. The dowry
No,
was
the
all
dowry.
the woman.
Yeah, the dowry was for the woman. It always.
And she didn't really get the money until either the husband died or he left it. So if they got divorced, she got the dowry. It was basically a safety net for the woman. It had nothing to do with the man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's not really appropriate now, but that was the whole thing with the engagement ring. Was you're giving the woman a thing that has intrinsic value in case it didn't work out. She still has the
No.
engagement ring.
She has to return it. Even then, she would have to return it. The engagement ring is a promise that you will follow through on this agreement. And
My
if you
whole
don't,
thing
you have to
about
return it, even legally now. Say Jester
Mhm.
bought me a $15,000 engagement ring. This
fucking
just
hell,
an
Bun,
example.
where'd you go shopping?
Say he
Fuck
bought
her.
me a $15,000 engagement ring. I break
Uh-huh.
off the engagement for whatever reason. He can take me to court and demand either the money or the ring back.
Mhm.
Because the ring is a symbol of a contract that I've agreed to.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like my whole thing of it is. It depends on who breaks off the engagement.
And
If I break it off, I have to give the ring back. He breaks it off, I keep the ring because it's kind of like, well, you broke the contract, didn't you?
yeah.
And this is for me because of what you did. This is to take care of myself because of what you did.
And
Now,
like during a divorce where a lot of guys want to demand the engagement ring back, technically the woman legally owns it now because
yeah,
she fulfilled her side of the bargain. She went through with the marriage. She got the marriage certificate. They were legally married. The ring is now officially hers and he has no claim to it.
yeah.
Unless she wants to give it to him just to get the freaking divorce over with.
Yeah. I'd be like, okay, you can have the ring back, but I want the price of the ring in some kind
Now,
of
who
aspect.
fucking cares?
Well,
Chop the
honey.
fingers off. Fuck 'em. Let him keep the ring. Take the finger.
See, honey, we know you don't care, but we are discussing how the rest of the world would see it.
Yes.
I don't care about the rest of the world. The rest of the world can go fuck itself. It's all backwards.
Okay.
See, we don't need to bring anybody in to be the devil's advocate. Jester does it naturally.
Yeah.
they're just boyfriend and girlfriend, whatever, whether
He's
they
gonna
live
be.
together. I mean, think about the whole
He's
kooky
gonna be
part
my
of
That
best
it,
can't give
friend with the
a shit.
right?
At least
Say that
Hmm?
again, honey. You broke up.
Me?
Yes.
Yes.
I said I don't give a shit what these cunts have to say.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
Okay.
again. I'll say it again. I don't give a
it's
shit what
very
these cunts
telling.
have to say.
One of my
Did you give me that
favorite
time?
scholars,
Yes.
her name is
Yeah.
Catherine McKinnon. She's a Marxist feminist
All right.
and a lawyer. And she
A Marxist feminist and a lawyer. God, she needs to be. She's gonna end up at the gallows.
Wait,
wrote
she's the
about
Marxist?
Well,
No, she's talking about this woman
I
that wrote something. Catherine McKinnon?
the exploitative labor dynamics between
I
men
don't
and
know how the
women.
fuck you can be
And
those
she goes on
things.
to explain that
yeah,
because of the
they're a
domestic and
contradiction.
invisible
You can't be
labor
Yeah.
that
Marxist
women
and a
provide in the
feminist at the
home,
same
that
time.
wives provide
And a
in the
lawyer.
home, the
Yeah.
men's time
Oh no, you
and
can be a lawyer and a
energy
Marxist and a
was
feminist,
freed
but
up so that
not
they could go out
Marxist
into
and
the
feminist
world and
together.
conquer the world and
Mm.
take their place in the public sphere. All while what? All while women sacrifice their opportunity to make a name for themselves, to represent themselves in the public sphere.
You've obviously not studied history.
Mm.
Because there's a lot of women throughout history that made a name for themselves within the shadow of their husbands. But
Honey,
for
which
different
president was?
reasons.
Hun, which president was it that his wife pretty much ran the country? Because he was an
Well,
invalid.
it was Franklin Roosevelt and also Wilson. But yeah, and people would say Reagan, obviously, towards the end of his terms. And now we know Joe Biden, shockingly enough, it had invalid husbands that were out of action,
Yeah.
and they kind of took over things. Not to take it too topical, but yeah.
Well, not only that, but like you had women who were midwives, you had women who were teachers, you had women who were all types of things that are more in the background.
No, but they had their agency taken away from them and their ability to do anything taken away because they got married. They put a ring on them and went retarded. It's what happens. It's like you put. That's why you should never give women jewelry, because you put jewelry on them and they just lose all brain cells and they can't function. So,
Oh, so that's what happened when I put on that necklace. Got it.
Wow.
exactly. See, it was
Oh.
manipulation
Now you're
because women
powerless.
essentially,
No, the
yeah,
necklace broke,
women are
so
like magpies. You give them something shiny and you just go retarded.
hey, I feel called out right now.
Well, yeah, you should be.
Just because I
Well,
go ooh shiny in video games doesn't mean anything, damn it.
look, I haven't gotten the shiny thing yet, so I'll let you know if I go full on retarded.
JC,
Okay,
get
good.
her a shiny Pokemon card. She'll just go retarded at the time.
He gives
No,
me a shiny
she
Pokemon card. It's gonna get stolen.
no, he's got to give her a piece of jewelry because you gave me a necklace, and supposedly that made me retarded until the necklace broke.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of the links in the chain broke and it started scratching
Oh.
my neck, and I haven't put the charm on another chain yet.
Oh, okay. I'll throw this. Yeah, but still, if a shiny Pokemon card shows up, it's gonna be stolen almost as soon as it's taken out of the pack, because someone's gonna run behind me, go ooh, and take it and go add it to her own goddamn collection of random crap she's collecting.
I mean, I do have kids.
Again,
I
a
do.
woman seeing something shiny and going retarded. It's not. It's not
Guys,
even contradicting what I said. It's
guys, he's
exactly.
naturally retarded.
I do have
Well, she's
Kenny's
returning to
address, so I could I could send an entire pack of shiny Pokemon cards.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. The
Who's
kid
getting in
will
trouble?
explode. The
Who's
kid
getting in
will
trouble for
explode.
saying retarded now? It's not me.
Well, he's not calling the audience retarded.
Well, unless the women, of course, they've got shiny things.
Boom, roasted. Not me. This time.
He will
Maybe later.
Yeah.
Sphere, right? So they're held captive in the home, producing
We're
this
held
domestic
captive in the
feminized
home, Kitty.
labor, so that
My
men
God.
can have,
By who?
can free up their time and free up their energy.
Women aren't given keys.
to go be men out in the world, right? I'm saying this all to say that we are not
What type
imagining
of
things,
fucking
right? Like they do
she
treat us like
she had to have grown up in a single mother home because that is not reality in any way, shape, or form. There ain't no way in fucking hell she grew up in a two-parent home with that
No,
view
No,
of how
if
relationships work.
maybe
She
she
grew
lived
up
in a home where a dad exclusively worked and a mum exclusively stayed at home. So then she's just seen a woman in the house who's chosen to not go out anyway,
and the
and
father
assume that
who
she's
went
being
out
forced to do
anyways.
it, and she doesn't, but they don't see all the shit that the fathers have to do at work. They assume he's doing nothing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And if she was raised in a single parent home, because my great aunt, rest her soul, she did the whole parenting on her own thing of 3 kids, while her piece of shit husband, may he join the ranks of hell one day, ran off with some woman to Mexico, never gave her a damn dime, but she wasn't an angry, bitter, I'll see them and they're evil, da 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 da. So her 3 kids didn't grow up to be this woman. So yeah, it kind of also depends on the headspace of the mom if it
that,
is a single parent
that's a good
household.
point.
servants. They do treat
They
us like
treated us
slaves,
like
and it's
servants
because
and
of the
slaves.
origins of marriage.
She
And
was
marriage
she
has
was
always been a labor
chained to the bed and
contract
raped.
so that men can enjoy and exploit the
She was
invisible,
She owned the
undercompensated,
shack.
and
she
uncompensated
lived
labor
the
of women.
color purple.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
Yes.
I've forgotten what she's actually talking about now. I just know that marriage is rape, and
Yep. That's all you need to know, Bunny. Marriage is rape, and because you have a penis, you're bad.
yeah,
Oh,
and
this chick,
coffee is bad,
this
but
Yeah,
chick,
coffee's bad.
salad's okay if you're rich.
this
Yeah.
next chick has crazy eyes.
They all had crazy eyes, don't lie.
Yeah. Oh, bitch don't even have eyebrows. She's drawing them on.
5 more hard truths that people are
They've
not going
all
to tell you
drawn
about
them on.
divorce, but I
You didn't
am.
want to do
Some
it
of your
on
friends that
video.
are in relationships right now, especially new relationships, are going to feel kind of threatened by the fact you're single. It's weird. You're going to have late nights where you feel like, oh my gosh, I've totally made a mistake. I should get back together with my ex. Fight through those feelings and realize you are where you're supposed to be. People are going to ask you all sorts of weird,
Lady, you
awkward
are
questions
drawing
like,
your
whose fault
eyebrows
was it?
way too
Oh,
fucking
did you
long.
pick your career over your marriage? You don't have to answer those. In fact, don't answer those. The most random things are going to remind you of your ex, but don't try to go relive them. Just know
Why
it's
do
normal.
Your
The
women?
first
eyebrows
person you
make
meet
me
is
want
probably not
McDonald's.
Her eyelashes make me just cringe.
No, but those arches,
Those
those
arches are
arches,
too much. She looks
are
like
making me
she's
want McDonald's.
well, she looks like she's constantly surprised. I don't.
going to be the next love of your life. Probably not going to
Well,
be.
well,
Maybe
Just
maybe
remember
she
that.
is one
You're
of
going to
those
find that you're angry,
retarded
you're
people.
upset, you're sad, you're
Maybe she
missing
wants
that
something
person.
shiny.
And then one day you're going to wake up and you're going to realize that you're not. And that's going to be the beginning
Yeah, she
of
saw
your
something
next amazing
shiny.
chapter.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
To be honest, I don't know what the fuck she's talking about other than her fucking McDonald's-esque eyebrows.
All right, let's try this again.
No.
Divorce, but I am. Some of your friends that are in
Number
relationships
one,
right
some of your
now,
friends are gonna be
especially new relationships,
jealous.
are going to feel kind of threatened by the fact
No.
you're single. It's weird. You're going to have late nights where you feel like, oh my gosh, I've totally made a mistake. I should get back together with my ex. Fight through those feelings and realize you are where you're supposed to be. People are
He
going to ask
doesn't
you all
want
sorts
you.
of weird, awkward questions like,
Yeah.
whose fault was it? Oh, did you pick your career over your marriage? You don't have to answer those. In fact, don't answer those. The most random things are going to remind you of your ex, but don't try to go relive them. Just know it's normal. The first person you meet is probably not going to be the next love of your life. Probably not going to be.
That's
Just
probably the
remember
only
that.
thing that is
You're going to
running
find that
with
you're
her.
angry, you're upset, you're sad, you're missing that person. And then one day you're going to wake up and you're going to realize that you're not. And that's going to be the beginning of your next amazing chapter.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
I love that guy. I love Cocaine Man.
So she's saying that these are the five hard truths about a divorce.
She's not wrong on
She's
any of
not
them.
wrong on any of those points. I mean, it is your divorce. It is up to you to decide how and when and where you want to discuss it.
I don't think your friends are going to be threatened by the fact that you're now single.
It would
Everyone's dependent on something.
it would depend on the reason for the divorce. If she was a known cheater or man stealer, then I could see them being threatened.
Then she ain't my friend. She ain't
Well,
my friend.
you know, some women are stupid.
Yeah.
But other than that, I agree with everything she said. It's your
Kind of thing.
divorce. It's up to you to decide how much you want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to tell
But
any.
but the thing she's not saying is that women in their 40s and 50s that get divorced are not going to have a good time.
Oh no, no.
They just are not. Sorry, it's not
No.
happening.
You guys, if in your 40s and 50s, if you wind up dating somebody younger than you, they're not going to be the person who wants to marry you because you have now become a MILF.
Yeah, no, not at 40, you know.
No, you're going to get some low life dude who will probably, do things for you, but he's going to sponge off of you as much as he can. And when that dries up, he's gone. He's not committing to you. Some 20-year-old dude is not committing to a 45-year-old divorcee. He's not.
No.
He'll fuck her.
There are druggies involved. There's druggies that would.
Well, no, he'll fuck her, and while he's, while
There's
she's paying his
druggies.
rent or buying, drugs for him or whatever. But as soon as that dries up, he's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, look. Oh, there's a palm tree. Okay, so taking bets. Is this a Florida woman or a Calicami?
I'm voting
Yourself an
California.
empowered, strong, and independent woman.
Let's talk about divorce. If you're going through a divorce or contemplating getting a divorce, I don't want to be the bearer of good news, but it's always better.
Yeah,
The top lip's bigger than the bottom lip. I don't like it. Skip.
That looks like
Better
California.
afterward. Don't get me wrong, the process of divorce can be really stressful. For some, very painful. For others, it could be glorious. But the point is, what a lot of women don't.
If you're being abused, then yeah, it probably is glorious.
818. That's the West Coast, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, that's Cali.
Nobody really
Understand is that there is actually life
and I
after
agree with
divorce,
Jester. Her
and
lips creep me
usually
out.
it's 99.9%
She's had Botox
better
for sure.
once you actually overcome the
Or lip
fear, the
injections
sadness,
or
the
whatever they
anger,
call
the
it.
hate, or
Yeah.
whatever it is that you may be
Fillers.
feeling. It's actually
Oh
one
no,
of
she
the
did that.
most satisfying,
Kylie
amazing,
Jenner thing and
glorifying
stuck a
feelings
fucking
ever.
shot
To
glass
be
in her face.
independent, to feel like
I feel like it made her lips lopsided.
you're yourself again.
No,
Now
the top one
everybody's
bigger than
divorce
the
and
bottom one.
situation is
It's not
different,
right.
but a lot of people always ask me, it's so hard, I'm so scared, I'm so worried, I'm worried about being alone. Don't be worried about being alone. That is the most beautiful part. Being alone sometimes is the best thing for
You know what? Fuck you, bitch. You've obviously never been lonely because being alone fucking sucks.
I mean, there are some cases where, yes, getting a divorce will make you feel great, and maybe you do need to be alone. Say he was beating you, cheating on you, whatever the fuck. Then, yeah, okay, I get it. And maybe after that kind of a divorce, you do want to be the fuck alone for like
a year
maybe
or
up to
two.
a year. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like eventually, because we're pack animals, no matter what the hell we think, we are at some point going to want someone to socialize with and someone or something to be around.
I'm
And that's how the children for
We
that.
can
You
speak to
don't.
and will understand us.
I'm a lone wolf, kitty. You can't tell me that I want to socialize with people. I definitely didn't start streaming because I wanted to socialize with people.
Okay. All right. We didn't do this just to socialize with
and to Jester's point that I don't know if anybody heard, if she has children, she needs to be very careful not to adultify them. those kids don't need to carry her burden. It's something I had to be very, very careful of with my munchkin. My shit isn't his shit to deal with.
No. They
She's
gotta
gonna
be
make her son her boyfriend.
Ugh. Yeah.
For you. And I'm not only talking about relationships, just friendships as well. Being alone and not having a million friends around you sometimes is the most comforting feeling and is the best feeling for you. I enjoy not having a
You
million
think
friends.
that because no one wants to be your friend because you
Oh,
want to be sick with the
that's
fucking
a that's 100% cope. That's copium.
Yes.
He's
Because
not
she doesn't have any friends.
coping. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
she lost all of her friends in the divorce because she was
Yeah.
probably a cheating bitch.
Yep. Well, even
around
without
me.
cheating, she seems like an unpleasant cunt to be around.
She does seem to have that look.
She does
Yeah.
cunt face. Well, she's definitely a cunt face.
Oh yeah, agreed.
I enjoy sitting at home. I enjoy being around my
And if
children
anybody
and
wants to
family.
like sue us for calling it and slander and stuff, that's Ladies Wolfpack.
Honey,
And people
hush.
who actually matter to me that I value. And sometimes all that happens from regrowth and re-understanding of yourself and who you are. A lot of times we lose ourselves in friendships and
There's a kid in the background.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a
And
weapon.
it sounds like it's like 4 or 5. Between 4 and
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
And she's not holding their hand because she's holding the camera and her keys in the other hand.
Yep.
And
She's a bad mama.
she's not looking around her to keep up with where the kid's at.
Nope.
What the
relationship
fuck?
and regaining that part of yourself back is the hardest part, but it's so satisfying when you jump over that hurdle. It's not the end of the world.
And
You're not gonna crumble. You're not gonna be
hold
down
on.
and out. Once
Oh, she's not even in like a park or anything. She's just walking down a random fucking sidewalk.
Yeah.
Like, what if she had
Next
just
to a
saved her
street.
get hit by a car?
It looks like she's walking down an alley right now, but she was walking down a main street earlier from the looks of it.
Yeah. Okay. So, lady, let's get this straight. Well, I don't think she's divorced because she's walking down a residential neighborhood. She has on jewelry. She has, I'm assuming, a smartphone. Um, there's clearly a kid, and I doubt she's raising it on its own because one of her things was, "I love to sit on the couch." Honey, if you're raising any age child alone, the last thing you are doing is sitting on the couch, being alone, and being happy that you are alone because you are just a miserable woman. Okay. Next, I am tired of listening. Lupe, go clean the other bitch's house, Lupe. I already talked to her.
the
$400
process is
previously.
over, give yourself a
Damn it,
solid
Kitty.
year from start to
Oh,
finish.
Lupe.
I promise
What did Lupe
you,
do to
you
you?
are gonna be the happiest
Yeah.
you have
Me
ever
up by
been. I
letting her
promise. And a lot of
child
people
run
ask
down a
me
sidewalk
that I
near a
have
street.
kids. It's so much
Oh,
harder when you
he's
have
Lupe.
kids. I have
Okay,
kids too.
I'm
The
getting
kids
confused.
should not be the
She's
reason you
Lupe.
stick around. Because ultimately,
Yeah.
if you stick around because of your kids and you become unhappy and you're miserable, you're gonna take that out on your kids. It's better they have one individual happy parent than two miserable parents.
Okay, that's the only thing I agree with you on. That's the only thing I will give her credit for.
It depends on why, though.
I mean, my mom at some point hated her second husband, but stayed because she had more kids. And I said, I'm like, yo, we would have probably been more mentally healthy if you had just raised us, and even if we struggled and everything, we would have been more mentally sound and protected and happy than you staying in that toxic bullshit. Which is true. So it really depends on what's going on and how abusive and negative it is. But yeah, there can be times where getting a divorce will be the better thing for that kid than to grow up in a house where you're both angry and you're both hitting each other or you're throwing shit. Because that's going to fuck the kid up on a level that they don't deserve to be fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, only point I agree with you on, Lupe.
Well, according to the wall, within 5 years, about 64% of men remarry compared to only 52% of women.
Huh. That's about 27% more than I thought for women. Whatever.
Who
Okay.
fucking cares?
Hmm.
People get remarried. Some people don't. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because really, all that statistic shows that some men are stupid enough to try again. Some
Well,
men are smart enough to know, I burnt my hand really bad that time, and we're not going to do that fucking again.
well, women are more financially motivated, and men are more sexually motivated. So when an older guy gets
This
divorced,
is why you need to promote wanking more. You don't need a woman when you can just have a wank.
This podcast has been brought to you by wanking.
Except
Give
for
me
Yep.
when,
one.
except for when you
Listen.
promote that, honey, then you wind up with issues that the U.S. and Japan and Korea are dealing with, where
What's that?
they're not having enough babies to
No,
even
that's fine.
maintain the social infrastructure.
Yeah, that's fine. Fuck the social infrastructure. It's never done anything for me. But wanking has solved a lot of problems. So this we're
Look,
going to endorse wanking.
that post nut clarity isn't all it's cracked up to be.
you get that with wanking. That's more after sex.
Oh, you don't get post nut clarity after wanking?
Not really, no.
Huh.
Oh.
Well,
Wanking.
It just
Sometimes it's fun.
relieves the pressure, and that's what it's for. And but personal characters, you put all this effort into just relieving the pressure, and then you realise, oh, I wasted all this time and effort and money for fuck all. That's what personal character is. The wank, you don't waste time, money, and effort.
but what will all Spencers think about all this stuff? Talking
Who?
junk.
huh?
This
Sponsors.
video brought
Oh,
to you by
Oh,
sponsors.
sponsors.
Oh, I don't care. I don't have any
we
sponsors.
don't have a sponsor,
Oh,
and any sponsor
remember.
that would not condone spreading awareness of the
The
benefits of
benefits of wanking.
masturbation. The
Look.
benefits of masturbation and tugging yourself off is not a sponsor that we can condone. We don't have the moral infrastructure for us to pass on to our viewers, our loyal.
Ding! I found something.
Our
This
loyal
podcast has been
14
brought to us
viewers.
today by Spencer's
Sorry,
Gift.
sorry,
Yeah, our
Spencer's Gift
14
loyal
viewers.
behind it.
dozen viewers we have.
Yeah,
Yes.
the singular
Our
dozen.
massive buying power that we command. Yes.
Look,
Yeah.
babe, we will get sponsored by Spencer's Gifts, who want you to go behind the curtain. And by
Spencer's?
oh, you never went into Spencer's Gifts?
No.
The porn area.
Yeah, so pretty much the front looks like Hot Topic, but then there's a curtain like in like the middle of the store, like right behind the cash register. You go behind there, there's
Wait,
edible body paint, sexy outfits, whips, ball gags, penis
wait.
cake
It's
tins.
the
Marital
gift
aid.
like a happy ending. Is that what Spencer's gifting?
There's the stuff back there that you can give your partner for, and they'll give you a happy ending, but they're not going to give it to you in the store.
You have
Oh,
to
then fuck that now.
you have to find the correct massage parlor for that, honey.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh no, they have like I went back there to find stuff for my sister's bachelorette party, and mostly it was just
Now, Kitty, we know
Oh,
that
it's
was an
horse stuff.
excuse.
Okay.
like a bachelorette.
Honey, it's a
cosplay.
sex store
Yeah,
section.
it's horse stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need that. But...
It's the sex shop that they put in the mall.
You know, with all of our insanity, we actually probably could get sponsors from like Adam and Eve and the sex toy industry and all that shit.
Really good.
I don't think so. The amount of times I've called them a horse, I don't think women are going to go, do you know what? That's the guy I want to recommend the dildo off.
Oh no, they would give us like $6 for a podcast.
Yeah.
Here's $6.
I'm good with
Shill
it.
our shit.
I'm good with it. I will show their shit.
You know what? When we get big and famous, I'm gonna get Spidey to let me shill her business.
Okay.
Shill her clean in
For free.
business.
We will show
Do
her
you
for free.
do you need to clean? Do you need to clean your house after you listen to this dirty podcast? Well, I know the
That's
cleaning
okay.
company for you.
I know the ad read is, do you need to cover up certain stains?
Yes, I do. I just murdered my 5th husband.
Wow. I was thinking more like wine stains, but kids is like, yeah, murder.
Yeah, do all you
I'm pretty sure Spidey will
boomers
help you
need
carry and bury the
somebody
body
to
too, yeah.
clean up your stains?
She will definitely bring the correct chemicals for
Yeah.
whatever cleanup you have.
She'll bleach the house for you.
I'm gonna have to send her the link to this one.
The dirtiest areas are ironically right in front of the monitor. It's weird.
You never know what you'll find under the bed.
My 3rd and 4th husband. That's just up the
You know all those socks that went missing? We found them under the bed. We don't know why he stored them there.
Yeah, we don't know why. They're all stiff, like cardboard.
Somebody's got to clean the socks.
Lady turned into a iRobot.
If I have to read what they put on a script, it is going to be in a robot voice.
Have you jerked the chicken recently?
We're all going to die down
Did you
here.
not catch the semen that's clung onto the wall? Call Spidey's cleaning service, where she'll get these spunk stains out.
It's
Did
convenient
you murder
because
your wife
it
and you
already
need to hide
sounds
the
like
body?
it's convenient because it already smells like bleach. Boom, 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 boom.
I'm gonna have to send her this.
We're gonna die.
Your sex dungeon getting funky.
Are you so fat that you can't wear pants and you have to free bleed everywhere?
Did your ex
Yeah,
stand in your...
no.
What?
Murder and masturbation. None of this free bleeding bullshit.
If you've made it to the end of this podcast,
Dude, we haven't even started it yet.
Thick
Yeah, we haven't started it yet. What the
There's
fuck are you
something wrong with you.
You made no. If you made it to the end of this podcast, we appreciate you. We hope you spread the word to people you know to join us.
We don't.
Spread
but
the word
yeah.
of masturbation. It solves all life's problems.
No coffee dates for you, or salad dates, which is a weird thing.
That's
that was,
right. He
brought
better
up
not have
earlier.
any coffee dates. He's mine now.
Wait, I have a question.
I don't drink coffee.
You know what? I'm sorry, but if you took me for a salad, I'd be so much more offended than if you bought me a cup of coffee, because I'd be like,
I don't know, but ice cream date sounds
Ice
nice.
cream
I
date
don't see
sounds
why.
awesome.
yeah, I
Why
think
would
it sounds like fun.
Salad
Plus,
date.
you get to know what sort of
that
flavors
bitch
are
had to
like.
be in fucking California. She had to be. A salad date? Like, come on now.
That was just weird.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm putting groceries away and I hear a noise. Get out. Get out. Absolutely not, sir.
Why do they always think backflips will solve their problems?
There are hundreds of cat toys in this house, and you have to steal my cleaning sponge?
And a lady's trying to bring it
In
back
his
with
defense, it
cat
was in the way.
Well, we've been talking about dicks, and now we're going to go to pussies.
Why would
Exactly.
you lay here on this soft blanket when you could lay here on this bike rack? It's really comfy.
Living every kitten's dream.
Well, that kitten's in paradise.
Oh, look at the cute.
Guys, I'm on a walk and I found a cat. Came up to me and I started petting it, and now it won't let me leave.
The absence of survival instinct is truly impressive.
Yeah, that's how mine was as well.
Every adventure needs
That's
a rescue.
mine now.
Okay, I'm putting groceries away and I hear a noise. Get out. Get out.
That would be Tabitha in my refrigerator. That would be Tabitha.
Sorry, I had to.
In case y'all wondering, I have a big, morbid, fat Russian blue just like this lady. So I understand the pain.
No, I just noticed that in the over to the side of the video there was a short with a cat, and I was like, "Ooh, what's that?" And then, there's this one too, puppies.
By the time I get back,
Lady saw something shiny. Oh, retarded.
Oh, but the fat bitch. You showed.
Can I pet that dog? No.
You saw something shiny.
You
No.
Can I pet that dog?
No,
Can
he's
I
sleeping.
pet that dog?
I pet that dog.
That's where that sound clip comes from. It was a bear.
Yeah.
Hi. Oh my
Aw.
god.
That poor dog. His feet are cold. Of course, he doesn't like the snow.
Did you wake up?
And balls right on the face. Aww.
by the time I get back, I can always leave, and I'm taking the children with
My dog will
Well-
knock shit on the floor and cry, so I pick it up.
What are you going on about, JC? You said fat chicks?
Oh, you flashed a picture of
I
a fat
didn't.
one. You did for like there he is. Yep.
Where? What are you talking about?
There. Right there. No, not there. There.
There.
No, no, not there. They're there.
There. Over there.
No, not there. No, there, right there.
There.
No, there.
Zeus,
No, there.
look at me.
There.
Come
Got it,
on,
found
don't
it.
be shy. Look at me. Why not? Are you embarrassed? Come on, buddy. Okay.
Cuteness aggression took over.
Hey, don't bite!
Good thing we got this net to keep you out of there. Do not.
His cat is a real perfectionist.
Oh boy.
Carefully calculated all the factors.
Like when I was cat sitting, the cat was very happy I was there. She
Riley,
still
do
bit
better,
me.
Riley. Do better.
No. Orange cat zoomies.
That one brain cell is trying to figure it out.
Hey, what's up?
No plant
Don't
can
suck
survive.
on that straw.
Zeus, look at me. Come on, don't.
This has never happened to me, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty stoked about it. They took a video down for violent extremism.
And I know what you're thinking. Jake, did you fall off the deep end?
What did you do
have
this
some
time,
call of
Jake?
action to violence, or did you talk about how a politician should be disappeared? Nay. No, I said if you touch toddlers, you're no longer human, therefore you don't have human rights. Remember, kiddos.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Typical
He
stuff.
broke into some lady's house.
What's happening?
What do you do?
Trick.
Oh, you watched Drew Talbert too?
Maybe. The Omnish are getting a little crazy over here.
What's a wizarding opinion that'll get you locked up
Oh
like
God,
this?
what's this YouTube shorts?
Fireball is such
Yeah.
a caveman art spell.
Bleh.
The whole arc
Bleh.
and weave is in the palm of your hands, and all you can think of is big fire, Promethean Neanderthals. What's a wizarding opinion that'll get you locked up like this?
Women want to be.
Oh, what? You can't handle YouTube shorts?
No, he
No.
I don't want to hit on this cancer.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Fine, we're gonna look at kitties then.
Random leap of chaos.
Let me at him. Let me at him.
He was, in fact, not built for this.
Ow! Really? I'm being nice to you. Why would you do that? That's not nice. Okay.
He's got imaginary bees.
That's how I interact with my cat.
Sorry guys, Jughead has a message for the haters. Yeah, get him, Jughead, get him.
Oh, he looks like a baby.
Alright, bro, that was a little...
He accepted the side quest.
Samir.
Oh, it's a kitten. It looks like it's naked. It's not very
Too
fluffy.
tired to function properly.
Tabitha. Oh.
There's no way. No.
This is a worker bumblebee.
The worker bumblebee.
Queen bumblebees
It's dead.
are much larger, which makes me wonder, what's the largest queen? Well, maybe it's a wasp. Their queens,
No, the biggest.
they're just a little
queen
bigger.
Is a termite queen.
Well, maybe it's an ant. Ant
It's a
queens
That's
are larger, but not the largest. Instead,
termite queens
take
are
a look at
gigantic.
this. Do you recognize this worker insect?
It's termite, right?
It might be living inside your walls.
Yep.
Its queen has a massive rear end that helps it lay a new egg every 3 seconds. This queen
Kitty called
is
it.
so large that she cannot move. The largest insect queen is a termite queen. This
Meanwhile, the
What are you
kings
doing,
stay
buddy?
with them,
Oh,
and
he's
the
cute.
kings do
Oh my
everything
gosh.
for them.
Spider-Man, take it easy. Hey, buddy.
Oh, that poor cat.
Always trying to escape.
Teddy, get out of the way. I want to come in the garage. Teddy, what are you doing?
Teddy don't give a
Move.
fuck.
Get out of here, Ted.
His cat rips through every soft carrier. A mysterious being.
Mom's over here getting lovin's and the kittens are staring at me like, this is bullshit. Why can't we get pets? Mom, this is how you got pregnant in the first place.
Survived a mountain lion encounter.
Oh my god.
Stuck in a perpetual loop.
Yeah.
What are you doing, buddy? Oh, he's
Yeah,
cute.
I feel bad
Oh
for
my
this
gosh.
kitten.
Spider-Man,
He's
take it easy.
proud.
Hey, buddy.
Always trying to
Oh,
escape.
he's okay.
So why don't I do us both a favour and take this last one now? That's cheating. Shh, don't tell. The thing that makes Death a great villain and antagonist is that he's a force of nature that got upset and started behaving incorrectly. His motivation is to kill Puss for being cocky. Somebody having 9 lives is ridiculous on its own, but to have somebody waste them like Puss does is offensive. So Death stepped in to take his last life early for funsies. That's how pissed off Death was. And he explains it very clearly in the Crystal Cavern scene. Death is a foil to Puss. Yeah, he's only there to kill Puss.
Is
That's
that
the point.
Mama?
He's not a person. He's literally Death. He's the
It's
light
a
at the end
wolf.
of the tunnel for Puss, but he's running at him. He's the one that forces Puss to change. He's the one that makes his journey harder. The single reason why getting that wish even matters is because Death forced it to matter. He's vindictive, cruel, and spiteful. That's different from being plain evil. Him having rules that he begrudgingly follows makes his defeat interesting. He can kill Puss at any time. He could slaughter everybody at the end, but he doesn't. He's unpredictable. Also, the main job of an antagonist is to show the protagonist's development. That's why it's called antagonist. They antagonize. Every one of Puss's encounters with Death are direct catalyst to his character growth. This movie doesn't work without him. He's a fantastic antagonist straight from a classic
Antagonist.
storybook. So
Jesus Christ, dude, you did a big ass anthology on. Oh my god.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Everything
No,
sterilized,
but he's
all
sterilized
different soil.
too.
Here we go, Slate.
Sucks. Hello. Nice.
Oh boy.
But still. Chest. Oh. Chest. Oh. Oh.
What in the
Oh my God! What?
He made the character,
way.
the killer, miss
Oh.
twice.
I don't know how that happened. Oh, into the palace, then, please. Make my day. It's massive work.
Do you ever notice someone checking out your child? Yes. It was a man in his 60s.
I'm confused how a fire can do this to a body, completely changing its shape and the bone structure. There's actually a really good reason for this.
It's called
I was 2
extreme
years
heat.
old when I burned alive. For anyone that doesn't have a major scar,
Each year, customers buy more and more from our friend because he makes a better oil drum than his competitors. One day, customers demand more oil drums than the owner can produce. He figures it will take about $3 million to do the job. So he decides to form a corporation to sell shares in his business to raise the capital he needs. First, the owner goes to the state government to get a corporation charter and permit to sell shares in this business. Next, our friend goes to an investment banker and shows him the record of the oil drum manufacturing company's past performance and plans for expansion. The investment banker decides to help our friend sell shares in the corporation to raise the $3 million. However, before any shares in the corporation can be sold, certain information must be filed with the Securities and Exchange Commission in Washington. The investment banker and the owner must swear that the information they file contains nothing but the truth. Registration with the SEC does not imply that the government approves the stock issue as a good investment, but only assures the public that if any of the material statements about the stock issue are false, punishment will be according to the law. After SEC registration is effective, the investment banker pays the owner $3 million in exchange for a certain number of shares in the Oil Drum Manufacturing Corporation. The investment banker sells shares of the common stock to people at a price which returns his $3 million investment and shows a profit for his services in selling the stock. Each year, customers buy more and more from our friend.
Back when cartoons were educational, damn it. And actually interesting. I think I just learned more about how the stock market worked from that 30-second video. God, why can't they do educational videos like this anymore? Fuck.
Corbin, you have to
Alright, we
give it
found
back.
cats.
Dude, his claws are all out.
Corbin.
A careful calculation.
The kitty wants the pigeon.
We just don't have any more cans this week. You want me to shake things up? Here, I'll shake things up.
Her cat got the 3 a.m. zoomies. Tried to interrupt
Not the
his
3
nap.
a.m. zoomies.
My little psychopath 3 a.m. zoomies.
Oh my God, it's Casper. Casper, get out of there! Bessie!
The menace that never sleeps.
I'm looking for little mama, and this is where she at. How you gonna get out of there? You comfortable?
Waiting for the leftovers.
Corbin, you have to give it back.
What are you looking at?
Apparently it did.
Where? What game is this?
2,000 years later. Two 2,000 years later.
God help us.
Who'd you say did the electrical work?
Oh, that would be my nephew, Thomas. He's very handy.
Yeah. What year did his house burn down?
Oh, about 2 years ago. How do you know his house burned down?
Who'd you say?
All that's exposed copper wire.
Yup.
Like 100% exposed.
That's how he
Holy
knew
shit.
Yeah, that's how he knew Thomas's house burned down.
Oh, well, that audio's not even from this video. But it's appropriate. Holy shit. That audio is from another video where a guy's looking at the electrical wiring in the ceiling of the basement of an older woman's house. So yeah, oh wow.
Did the electrical work?
Oh, how did he even get all that wire exposed? He had to have gone and bought a pure copper wire spool.
Thomas, he's very handy.
Because they don't sell wire like that exposed. Holy shit.
What year did his house burn down?
How about 2 years ago? How do you know his house burned down?
Congratulations. What do you do for a living?
Turo. I bought a car to put on Turo, and it's covered the...
Well, that's the dogs now.
Excuse me.
Hey, buddy. What you doing?
Alyssa, just go hold him or something. Say what's up to him.
Are they making your chicken tenders? Chicken tendies.
Oh shit! Holy shit!
Cats are.
No, that was a
something.
dog.
Oh,
That one at
a
the
what?
end, it was a dog. Here,
Oh, that poor stupid dog.
watch. See, it's the dog's even smaller than Thor, but she wasn't paying attention and she let it. Oh, she's got one of those stupid long leashes, the retractable ones.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they'll get you hurt.
Winnie, have you packed my bag for work today? Is that my lunch? Thank you. Cheers, mate.
Getting ganged up on.
She put her kitten in his lunch bag. Oh, that poor
So I read
cat.
on the internet that cats get on your laptop because they're mirroring you, and so if you get them their own laptop, they'll leave you alone. And look at this little businessman!
Their greatest foe strikes again. Proving the liquid cat theory.
So I heard if you give a cat an egg, it'll take care of it because it knows how fragile the egg is.
She got a kitten that matches her energy.
That cat has a medical issue that makes it look like that.
Lady, you better not be putting shit in my shoes again. Lady, no. Lady.
Zero survival skills.
Lady, stop putting shit in his shoe.
I didn't do anything.
Stop bringing it to that man's house and putting doo-doo in his shoe.
Winnie, have you packed my bag for work today? Is that my lunch?
Well, apparently she feels like your lunch bag is a safer spot for her kitten than wherever she had it.
Thank you. Cheers, mate.
Getting ganged up.
You
And
take
yeah,
the
do you know
kid, he's gonna kill you. Come on, Layla.
Matchmaking into the daylight.
Come on. Hit ready. Do it! You stupid! Meg.
I don't know why that's so funny, but it is.
It's true.
Oh boy.
What's up there?
Oh no.
The poor cat.
The cat has written up his dinner.
And see this is see they have learned not to have anybody anywhere near the grizzly when they open the door. So they set up a camera and the grizzly came out and attacked the fucking camera.
Well, right before they opened the camera and
It was not happy.
Nope.
Fuck this shit, I'm gonna eat it.
Yep.
And Jester is muted.
You're not coming in here with that. Why have you got a whole fish? Where have you got a whole fish from? We don't even live by the sea.
Activating the kitten zoomies.
Get away from me. Stay away from me. Hey! Your cat's trying to attack me!
Her cat avoids pets at any cost.
Uh-huh.
Sensing the negative energy.
I wonder who did that.
He loves playing with the kids.
Oh, what?
Zero survival instinct.
The cat's like, I'll just float here.
You're not coming in here with that. Why have you got a whole fish?
Alright, the Mona Lisa picture where the cat can sit in it, that's cool. I like that.
That is cute.
You're not coming in here with that. Why?
Not let the cat in with the fish, just put him in the bathroom and let him eat it.
Yeah.
Have you got a whole...
Look, maybe the cat thought you were
Why do you spoil
hungry.
him? Why do you let him get away with so many things? Because of that face.
Excuse me, sir.
That kid is looking to get bit. Holy shit. Did you see that? That's not funny. That's
excuse me,
that's
sir.
your kid antagonizing a dog and he's gonna do it to the wrong one and get bit.
Yep. The dog's helping.
Hi! Good morning! You're adopted. It's true. I adopted you.
What the hell?
Your mama was a...
Baby.
Five more cancel features in Dead by Daylight. In the PTB for the 5.1.0 mid-chapter update, they added dynamic blood. If you got hit by a killer, you would have blood all over you. And for some reason, this never made it to the live game, and for some reason, never will, because Behavior has never talked about it ever again. In the Descent Beyond chapter, Behavior gave generators a couple of updates. Update their animation, update the way they look, and update the noises. Everything was fine and dandy, but let's just say the noises were, there was something.
Well, I mean, considering they do
Firecrackers
look
were
like
actually supposed to be a
motors.
permanent item in Dead by Daylight, and firecrackers actually have a full list of add-ons right here. The Yamaoka estate was supposed to get a visual rework that made the atmosphere not red, but actually blue. Unfortunately, this was cancelled, and we still have the red atmosphere in Yamaoka. There's an unused bluish tint offering in the game called Spectral Offerings. We don't know what they do, they're kind of just in the game files, so let your mind go wild. 5 more cancel features and
Poppy! Or is this Penelope? No, this is Poppy.
Penny, that's not yours. Excuse me. That's Poppy's. Give me that.
She's like, I don't care. That was my couch. No, she owned it, so now I get the bed.
You know, you can say what you like, but for me, that's not even camping. I mean, come on. Go! Go, truck, go!
I shit myself.
Take this. You know, you.
I didn't get the last two.
Oh, you.
The dishes, and I look away for 2 seconds. The cat's in the dishwasher.
I wanted to see what would happen if I put a marshmallow in a jar and took it to the bottom of the ocean. I know that a marshmallow in a vacuum chamber will...
Because the pressure of the water is in the surface area, not on the internal structure.
Although, you know, on the bright side, you got to go diving in what looks like Hawaii with the marshmallow.
Yeah, and he can't afford to have another failed experiment. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, stop living in Hawaii.
There's your cat, Kitty.
Oh, no se va. Oh.
El que quiera perder su tiempo que lo pierda.
That is not what that cat meant to do.
Nope.
I'm in Spain without the A.
You're in spin?
Wait.
Why would you just sit there and watch him do it?
Oh my god! I need to get out of the fucking ceiling.
That's one thing I don't understand is these people that sit there and watch their cats knock over something glass. Like, oh, I'm gonna take out the tape recorder and watch this and record the cat knocking over glass and then go when that breaks.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna sit here and watch my cat be a cat and then act surprised when it's a cat.
Dude, don't eat your house. It's weird.
Oh my god.
All right, gentlemen, are we gonna close out our recording?
Sure.
Sure. Why not?
Everybody has to say goodbye to the audience.
Do we
I
though?
love you.
Yes, Jester. You're muted. Jester
Goodbye, everybody.
Jester's falling asleep on us.
Well, that's his goodbye. He just says "fuck you."
What you
Oh, he's
what
muted.
you really think I needed to add anything to it, you know?
Well, you could say you liked the cats, you didn't like the cats, you didn't like the dogs, you didn't like whatever. But no,
the
you
fucking
just
cats-
mute yourself and act like we don't exist.
Well, it is 6 in the morning for him.
Don't start your
So
bullshit with trying to defend him.
It's
okay.
okay, JC. I can handle this. The dogs were dogs, the cats were cats.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
There you
everybody.
go. I fulfilled my obligation.
Well, everybody, I might have
We
cut out
love
the
you.
cats and dogs, but who knows? We will see what got left in. Otherwise,
Maybe cut out all the reels.
later, everybody, thank you for being here. Share the video with those who you think would enjoy. Bring more to the channel so that one day we can get a sponsorship from sex toys.
Share it to people and tell it it's just cat videos.
One or two more, and then we win. Apparently.
Then what?
No, we got to get up to like 1,400 people. And
1,400.
And then we got to
Wow.
and then we got to try to start getting like sex toy sponsorships. That's the goal.
You know what? They should be. That should be the title of the video. Help us get to
Well-
1,400 to get sponsored by sex toys.
Well, 14 is the goal. We're at 12. Let's get 14.
No. We're at 14. The channel has 14 followers, and we got 20 watches last time. So we're already past that. So we're going for 1,400.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how it goes. The stages goes from 14 individual people to an entire mass of people. You don't do hundreds or anything silly like that. You just go straight to thousands. Let's skip the thousands. We'll go straight to 14 million.
Exactly. I'll take 14. We'll do to 14 million.
You'll take 14 million. Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Then we will get all the sex toy sponsorships.
All the sex toy sponsorships.
And all those lonely divorcees can finally get full.
Later, everybody.
All right. Have a good night.
Have a